You ready? One thing that I'd like to do right now, at this stage, where I've just sort of blocked in really very quickly the ears, because I want to move down to this mouth and this chin. But in order to do that, I'm going to put some more color on the background, and I want to darken up this background. So I'm gonna take some raw umber. No, I'm gonna take some raw umber. And the reason I choose raw umber is it dries very quickly and it's dark. I'll put a little white with it and a little black. Maybe a little bit of flesh tone. Doesn't matter what color it is. I just want colors that's going to dry very rapidly. Very rapidly meaning overnight. And it'll help me see this image a little bit better. So I'm going to take a little bit bigger brush here, and I'm going to slap on some color on this background here. And again, I'm just using turpentine here as a medium. It's at this stage you don't use anything but turpentine as a medium. No oil is included. There's plenty of oil in the paint. And I was sitting and looking at this picture. This canvas last night, and thinking that the final painting I may want it smaller before it goes into its frame, so I may decide to chop it off. I don't know where and I don't know when, but I may decide to chop it off a little bit. Which is easy enough to do, and if the time comes, I'll show you how that's done. Okay, I also, you can see I just put some color on there. Now I also, because it distorts my vision to not see it in its actual value, I'm going to throw some color up on this headpiece too. That'll help me see it a little more clearly. Now I just took any old darker color here. I took some burnt sienna, which I don't think there's any burnt sienna in this whole headpiece, but it doesn't make any difference. All I'm looking for now is a shape. And I can get a better feel for the shape if I get a more accurate sort of color, see a more accurate value. By value I mean it distorts my impression if I leave it too light up here. I need it darker too, because this headpiece is darker. It just looks different in the drawing process. As I explained before, when I draw, I see things in mass and in color. I don't see necessarily the lines. And so when I'm looking at anything, my self-portrait, I mean my image here in the mirror, I'm seeing masses of shadow and highlight in color. I'm not seeing I'm not paying attention to the actual line of it. Do I make myself clear there? I don't know. Anyway, so I've just put some color on there. It helps me see it better. Alright. Okay, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at it in the mirror, and I'm questioning whether I have the right spacing right in here. It might look like it's a little bit too far apart. too far away from what I'm looking at in the mirror. One thing that you have to really remember, even if you're looking at my picture and you're thinking I'm going to get it just right off the get-go, it's not true. You play with it. You play with it. You look it back and forth, and if it looks a little funny to you, then you have to say to yourself, well, there's obviously something wrong. If it doesn't look right, then there must be something wrong. So the job of the painter here is to determine what's wrong and what needs to be changed. So I'm always